Question number 6. In cases where it's not practical or viable to achieve required on-site renewable energy standards, should the council require planning obligations to fund, these are just some suggestions but you're welcome to make your own, decentralised energy generation on other sites, expansion of existing networks including linking into existing buildings, and you may all be aware of the PDHU system that operates in the south of the borough, and energy efficiency measures in existing properties. Does anyone have a comment to make on on-site renewables and on the practicality of some sort of offset system?
Sorry, me again. Just to say that I was actually going to bring this topic to your sustainability workshop, so because I have debated this, there's a real issue about what is the optimum way forward and selection of different networks, and I think that we probably need to have that debate first before we can really get down to answering your question. So that's my reaction for today.
We'll park it in the meantime for you. Thank you. And was there anybody else?
Just to answer your question, it seems that it must be a good idea. The planning system alone cannot save the world, and certainly a redevelopment of a single building cannot save the planet either. And so if some sort of offset, if it cannot be provided on site, must be a good idea.
Okay, thank you. Gentleman here.
Yeah, just as points of information, somebody, I think it was the Energy Saving Trust, did some research, which I saw the other day, which found that the sort of domestic turbine, as opposed to some commercial solution, could at most contribute something like £29 a year to the grid. So, you know, we aren't going to save the world with on-site renewables in their current state of technology.
So do you think on that basis that there's a very good case to just be made for pooling payments in lieu and doing something that may have better lifetime contribution to reducing emissions as opposed to small-scale things?
I haven't got an answer to that, but you know, clearly these small sort of penny packet schemes aren't going to really cut the mustard.
Okay, thank you. Councillor.
I just think that the point made in the previous question about a sort of bang for your buck or how much carbon saved per pound invested is a useful principle to adopt in this, and adopting any other one is going to get into lots of effort picking creative schemes which look nice but may not be the best thing. I'm sure that insulating windows and solar panels is a better bang for our buck than decentralised energy generation, however much we might love the one we've got.
Thank you very much. Right, were there any other comments against the renewables targets? Matthew.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Like you, I would say. The only thing I would say is that I know that the technologies are moving on quite fast, and I mean, for example, if there was going to be a huge food-led premises, it may be that anaerobic digestion in vessel systems may eventually be able to do something within the building. The Crown Estate did a very interesting scheme in Swallow Street, and these things may move on. So the fact that lots of them at the moment are not practical, maybe by the time the LDF is actually adopted and so on, some of them may be. So I wouldn't be quite as negative as perhaps some of the other comments might be, because I think the technologies are changing and emerging quite quickly.
And, I mean, we haven't mentioned waste here, but do you think that's a perfectly appropriate thing for some sort of, if there was a sustainable offset fund to be making a contribution to, particularly anaerobic digesters, and those sorts of things?
Well, personally, yes, I do. I think that the trouble is Joe Public is very frightened about emissions, and you know, there were scare stories about dioxins and all these sort of things. But again, the sort of scrubbing of sort of chimney stacks or emissions or whatever, all of that has moved on, and it may be possible where there is a particular use which is generating a huge amount of waste, that actually that waste could be used as an energy resource. But it's going to be something on a case-by-case basis, I would have thought, and I don't have any particular examples to put forward. But
thank you very much. Was there anybody?
Sorry, just one final point, going back to the carbon for your pound. Obviously, at the moment, it's very much a site-specific decentralisation strategy, whereby individual developments are delivering, at best, their own, potentially, gas CHP system. I think if research is suggesting that decentralise is the way forward, but it's at a district level, then I think the City Council is the organisation whereby they have the clout and the power to actually take forward more examples of the Pimlico system or the CityGen system in the City of London. And if if the solution is at an above individual site level, then the City Council needs to accept that challenge and really take it on to find out how they could deliver more district-wide solutions.
Okay, thank you. Were there any comments on that?